Okay. What is up, people? This is just a very vanilla kind of stream. Just chatting stream, I suppose. Am I big enough? Maybe I can be a little bit bigger. Whoa, I'm so huge. Anyway, how's it going? How's it going, friends? I hope you're doing okay. Um, so, as you could probably tell by the title, and maybe the thumbnail, if I got that to work. It's not a great thumbnail, but you know what? Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. But I suppose bad is also an enemy of good. So there's always that. Oh, this is not showing live. Okay, good. It is showing me. Anyway, yeah, this is the Discord. So I'm gonna hop to this, I guess. It's weird seeing myself on delay. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. This, okay. I have a lot of stuff. I always joke with my wife, and I think she hates me now, but she's stuck with me now. Haha. Um, I always joke with her that the library has put a hit out on me. This is really bright, isn't it? Let's let's put it like that. No, that's even worse. I don't want to see me. Let's do pets and cute animals. There you go. We can have that in the background. Um, anyway, I always joke that the library put a hit out on me, which they have not. But they do send me this letter that's like, we assume this item is lost. Oh, this is loud, isn't it? This thing is so late that we just assume it's lost. So here's the amount you need to pay us to replace the item, and if you don't, bad things can happen to you. Bad thing, I mean, they don't say that way. But basically, I think they say, like, I threw it away. I probably should have kept it so I could have read it to you. But it's basically like, if you don't replace this, you won't be able to borrow more things. Because if you don't know this, I've mentioned this many times, but not on YouTube's, I don't think. Or maybe just a couple times. Libraries now, at least the one here in Northeast Ohio, we have CleveNet, because Cleveland is in Northeast Ohio, if you did not know that. Which is a network of libraries that does interlibrary loan, where you can get an item and you can hold it. Anyway, that wasn't my point. Sorry. I just think that's a cool thing, apparently. But our library, and I think a lot of libraries are like this now, they've gotten rid of late fees. You still accumulate late fees, but when you return the item, the late fees are gone. And I think why systems do that now is because people would borrow things, it's overdue, you have a late fee, and then now there's like no incentive to return it if you don't want to take out more things. So they just don't return the thing, and then they just stop using the library. And libraries, if you don't know, are often, well, they justify or they rationalize their funding by the amount of people you know using, the number of users, as well as the number of items in circulation. So it's like the incentives for the library were going the wrong way, and the incentives for users were driving them away from the library. So yeah, so I think that's why a lot of systems have gotten rid of late fees. So that's all to say that I probably owe them like $50 at least now, based on a couple of letters I've gotten recently. It's not like things are expensive. They're very reasonable prices. Even things that are hard to find. I mean, I guess you probably could figure out a way to get something cheaper this way. It's not ethical. Makes things worse for everyone. Don't do it that way. But they're pretty reasonable with the fees, the replacement fees. Or you could have a replacement item. But yeah, once you return the item, that just wipes away. Like it never happened. You get a pardon from the library. They don't have the hit out on you. What's the thing in John Wick where they they put a head out on him, and he's incommunicado or something like that. Anyway, no, that's no one is allowed to talk to him. Anyway, let's get through some things. I just went crazy. This is like I get in these modes where my dopamine fix is just to reserve things from the library. So I have, how many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 6 items, and I'll go through these. I don't know how long I'll spend on each of these, but I'll go through them. 6, and I think this is everything I have out right now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 items total. I don't know what I was thinking. I was very ambitious. You know, time blindness. I don't know how long anything takes to watch a whole season of a show. I never watch like a whole season of a show, but I got like tons of things. Anyway, here we go. Let's start in no particular order. Well, let's start with something that I've actually watched so far. Actually, this I just watched like a couple days ago. Started watching. You ever watch Samurai Champloo? Should I make this bigger? Probably for this kind of video, I should make this bigger. Whoop. Awkward silence. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, I'm not used to being so big. All right, bear with me. You ever watch Samurai Champloo? It's from like 2000. Was it like 2005 or something? What year is this? What am I doing? I have a computer. This is why I have the computer, right? So Samurai Champloo. Here. Knights of Sidonia. I was gonna start with that, but I'd rather start with something that well, I read it a little while ago, but let's start with this. Samurai Champloo. Samurai Jack is also an older thing. Samurai Champloo is 2004, so I was a little bit off. It's from the same guy, same person, same creator, same writer, and Cowboy Bebop. Shinichiro Watanabe. Look how cool this is deserved. How cool this guy is. So Japanese animator and television director. Cowboy Bebop. Macross Plus, I haven't seen that. Samurai Champloo, and a few other things. So anyway, I loved Cowboy Bebop back in the day. I think it gets better every time I watch it. So if you haven't watched it, you should get on that track because it'll probably keep getting better for you too. But Samurai Champloo, I've always heard good things, but for whatever reason, I think it was the music or something. I couldn't get into it back in the day. Now I've become more open-minded to music that I used to not like as much. What to say here? Series follows the exploits of tea waitress Fu, vagrant outlaw Mugen, and Ronin Jin. I've seen a couple episodes of it. It's got a nice thing going. I guess it's alternate Edo period of Japan. Yeah. They're trying to find the samurai that smells of sunflowers. That's what I know so far. It has a good opening episode where these two dudes are about to be killed for basically murdering a bunch of the governors, like the son of the governor. I think this guy did he murder him? Anyway, there were a bunch of killings. But to be fair, they were being attacked first. They did not initiate these, so they're basically good guys. But they were going to be publicly executed, and so she's a tea waitress. She saves them, and anyway, the tea shop that she works at gets burnt down. Minor spoiler. And yeah, so then they go on a journey together. Just this, not getting along at all. Oh, these guys are trying to kill each other, by the way. They set the tea place, or it was set on fire, and they were fighting in the fire, and then they got knocked out and arrested. So that's it's a good first episode, but it's very stylistic. The music, and that's another thing about Cowboy Bebop. The music is fantastic. So too here, although it's different. But man, look at this. There's a lot of record scratch. So while we're on the topic of physical media, media, because Sony is in deep shit right now with everyone pissed off at them because they're not going to make Blu-ray. They're not going to make physical games from 2028 onward, something like that. Here we can enjoy. Look at that. That's cool, isn't it? It's like a vinyl. It looks like a vinyl. They all look like this for the whole set of 3 discs that are in here. This is the first season. No, no. This can't be the complete series, is it? How many? There's only one season. I didn't even see that. Oh, I love this already. I'm probably gonna be sad that there's only one season, but this is the complete series then. So it's 3 discs, and how many episodes? There's a season 2. Why does it say season 2 if it's okay? I'm confused. Very confused. 26 episodes. Yes, okay. It's a single season of exactly 26 episodes. Google cannot fathom this idea of a 26 episode season, apparently. But yeah, 89% Rotten Tomatoes, 4.9 Crunchyroll. There you go. But yeah, so that's one thing I'm watching now. The wife actually likes it, so that helps. Next show. This is something I've heard of. I know nothing about, but it looks dark, very dark and moody. It's like bringing back teenage years or something. Ergo Proxy. What is this about? I looked it up, but now I forgot. So let's learn together. Oh yeah, this is why I wanted to watch it too, because I was on a cyberpunk kick for a little bit, which I should be again because the new Ghost in the Shell is out now. So yeah, I should be back into cyberpunk. Japanese cyberpunk anime television series. 23 episodes from February to August 2006. Man, gotta love these short anime. Isn't it nice? You can watch these in a week if you wanted to. Post-apocalyptic future where humans and auto-rave androids coexist peacefully until a virus gives the androids self-awareness, causing them to commit a series of murders. So, Inspector investigates. Involves a humanoid species known as Proxy, who are the subject of secret government experiments. Oh yeah, lots of intrigue here, mystery. Okay, good stuff. Heavily influenced by philosophy and Gnosticism, 2D digital cell animation, and 3D computer modeling. Mostly favorable reviews. So I guess it's not crazy good. Sounds like it. What's reception here? Critics praising the series for its intricate visuals, cyberpunk aesthetic, and intellectual themes, while criticizing the uneven narrative and its over-reliance on philosophical references. Okay. So maybe it's a little bit try-hardy. We'll see. So that's in the stack that I have not yet watched or not yet finished. Also in this stack is Bubblegum Crisis, which this was the first thing that I picked up when I went on this library bender. This is 80s anime. I think 1987, something like that. And oh yeah, so as for the discs on this, they seem unremarkable to me. I mean, they look kind of nice. You can see they're shiny but dark, moody. So yeah, it's interesting that this. Oh, this is DVD. That's why I was like, why is this 4 discs and the other thing was only 3? This is DVD. The other one is Blu-ray. But Bubblegum Crisis is Blu-ray, and it is 3 discs, I think, something like that. Perfect collection, supposedly. So what is Bubblegum Crisis? I feel like it's kind of mid. That's my impression. 1987, action fiction, 1 season. So I like the katakana. Babu ru gamu kurai shisu. Yeah, there you go. And here you go. It's written in Romaji. Uh, okay. Cyberpunk. So it's like in the early era of cyberpunk stuff. So that's why it's again I was on a cyberpunk vendor, so this came up. And it's something that when my brother was in college, I remember seeing like a DVD in his stack of like anime and stuff, and I was like, Bubblegum Crisis. What? This sounds very strange name. Uh, Involves the adventures of the Night Sabers, an all-female group of mercenaries who don powered exoskeletons and fight numerous problems, mostly frequently rogue robots. So yeah, it's I guess it's kind of a mech anime. I am not enjoying this. It is kind of an amalgamation of like stuff at the time that was becoming cyberpunky. So I think like at the time that it was made, it was impressive. But it's well, do they have the reception here? Has been positive, regarded as one of the greatest cyberpunk anime of all time. Okay, so people really like it. I have not gotten into it though. But maybe it's because I'm watching the English dub. Here I see they're saying low quality dub. Lack of character development, inconsistent plot. Saying some episodes were really solid, others would leave out many details. Overall, not a bad watch. At times it can be really good. So, I don't know. I'm still working on it. I think I watched like part of the first episode, so it's not really a fair assessment from me, to be honest. I gotta put my whole heart in it and watch this thing. So that's another thing. Okay. One that I've watched more of, I don't have the disc here. There's nothing remarkable about this disc. Is shoot, what is oh, Pat Labor. Yeah. Oh, you can't see it. That is oh my god, this light. That is a labor. And then there's a face on there, and that's creepy. It's a Blu-ray disc. So Pat Labor, let's talk about it. This is more entertaining to me, Pat Labor, because it's kind of relatable. It's still a little bit mid, like it's okay for me, but this character, she's what's her name? Because they're saying characters. Let's see. It's like she's like the most normal person. Okay, Pat Labor characters. Noah Izumi. So people are saying that like she has a lot of spirit, but she's not like crazy good at anything in particular. She just like really loves her job and what she's doing. But I would say this is the thing about Pat Labor is it's a mecha anime. It's in this like cyberpunk time period. Again, I think this was made in the 80s, late 80s. Yeah, 88 to 94. It ran for a bit. This is the manga. So OVA, okay, 88 to 89 for the OVA. So still working my way through these, but I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. It's kind of cool. It's like mecha anime, but it's this team. They're kind of building up. They're like not the most capable team, but they're building camaraderie. They're getting better as things go on. So it's good in the sense that it's lighthearted mecha anime. Unlike military works like Gundam, and I don't know this other one. But I think the nice thing there is it they have a movie timeline at the bottom here. And then they have a television timeline. So you can check out more Pat Labor. But I think the nice thing is it's kind of like slice of life plus mecha. So you get a little bit of both. And the characters are entertaining enough. It does have some anime, like heavy anime vibe kind of stuff. Like So you kind of got to be in the mood for that. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like the jokes and stuff sometimes feel very anime-ish. Uh, okay. Not cyberpunk at all. Very, very different genre. But Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Um, I don't know if I've seen this. I don't think I've seen Bloodlust. I think I've seen Vampire Hunter D before. But this is a movie. The motion picture. I want to watch this some night. But Vampire Hunter D... Let's see what the internet has to say about it. In a dark, distant future, when the undead have arisen from apocalyptic ashes, an original story unfolds. 10,000 years in the future, vampires rule the night. They once ruled outright, but their numbers are in decline. Vampire hunters now threaten vampires with extinction. So, it's far future, but it doesn't feel like far future necessarily because it's, you know, you got vampires, they're fighting. What else do we have here? Oh, 2000. So it's not that old. It's in this millennium. Yeah. Began production 97. Oh, they were actually planning to show it in American theaters. It was shown in 12 theaters across the U.S. and received generally positive reception from American critics. So there you go. It's been a long time since I watched anything D. So I don't want to say anything incorrect about D, but I like him as a character. I remember thinking, like, he's a pretty capable guy and very, like, dark and interesting. Something very different is Battlestar Galactica. That's not anime. I don't know if there's a Battlestar Galactica anime. I would watch it if there was. I don't think there is. This is the first season. You should watch Battlestar Galactica. Just to take a moment here and say, you know, I'm not so much in the mood for, like, I don't know if chat is working. I don't know if anything is working right now. But I'm going to keep going as if it is, even if I'm talking to myself. This is like it's kind of therapeutic. Battlestar Galactica, if you're in the mood for, like, you don't want to see something dark. It is kind of dark, the world, the first 2 episodes. It's a miniseries where the world gets destroyed, basically. Interesting. So that's not great, right? But there are these, okay, to frame things, there are Cylons and humans. And there was a war between Cylons and humans. Cylons are robots, AI. So it's timely. This is aired in 2004. Through like 2007, something like that. So like mid 2000s. But the Cylons basically destroy the planet, the planets that the humans are living on. And so Battlestar Galactica is the last hope of humanity. There are many ships that are traveling, but humanity is almost extinct, and they're just trying to survive. Find a new planet called Earth. That's a minor spoiler. But they're looking for a planet called Earth, and they're going to make that their new home. And so they're not from Earth. They're from these colonies, and the colonies are different planets. But there's this fabled planet called Earth. It was the 13th colony or something like that. But what I was trying to say is that you might not be in the mood to watch something dark because the world is, the world right now. But if you want to see competence, because Captain Adama, or I guess Admiral Adama, and President Laura Roslin, they are very competent, and they advocate, and they are doing the best they can because humanity's survival counts on it. And then everyone that is doing their job the best they can. But it has action, it has mystery, it has intrigue, because the Cylons, she's a Cylon. That's from the beginning. You find that out. But Cylons look like humans, and they have a plan. So it says. And I finished this series a long time ago, so I know how things go. But it's interesting. So you try to see, like, are the humans gonna deal with these Cylons? How are they gonna survive? Like, they're running out of water at one point. The political situation, like, you basically have martial law, but like, over the course of years, you don't really want martial law forever. So they're like trying to say we need elections, we need all these things. So it's got a lot going on. It's some good episodic storytelling as well. So there is an overarching, like, series arc and season arc, but the you put it on, you watch an episode, and basically you get a self-contained story, and the characters are really interesting and varied. Okay, Battlestar Galactica. I want to go back to watching that now. I didn't just get things to watch. I also got something to read, which is Knights of Sidonia. This is... It's by Tsutomu Nihei. I've heard about the show. I think I've heard about the anime more than I've heard about the manga. But I really liked Blame, and Biomega. And so I was like, okay, I'll probably like what else he's doing. Knights of Sidonia. It's these humans, they're not so dissimilar. They're trying to survive something that's trying to kill humanity. They're on this intergenerational ship. Humans have basically adapted to living in space, and they're being attacked by these creatures. And there's life on the ship, and yeah, they're just interesting things going on. I've only read this first manga, but there's a death that happens in here that's like really, really sad. So from this first book, you kind of get the feeling that, like, okay, people can die. People really can die. Don't get too attached or, be scared. The art is pretty awesome. Look at that creature in space. So there's a lot going on here. There's a creature, right? Well, hang on. I'll find another one. They have a cool fight scene with the creature. There's a lot of action. Oh yeah, so the creature is coming from space. They see it. Yeah. Anyway, it's cool. I'm gonna get more of these and read them and enjoy that. Continuing this trend, I guess, of surviving and humanity surviving threats. Space Battleship Yamato, which, when I reserved this, I didn't realize there was a newer movie. This one is from, like, is it like 2016 or something? Hold on. Space Battleship Yamato. So I thought it's like this 1974. One of the most influential anime series in Japan. I thought that's what it was. But movie. So it's this one. It's 2010. So they had one in 2010. 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. 6 out of 10 on IMDb. And I think that's roughly my experience with this. It was hard to pay attention to. There's some cool stuff happening here with, like, the alien species that's trying to destroy them. Space Battleship Yamato is going to the alien planet, going to, get this weapon. It's a lot like Battlestar Galactica in some ways, or Battlestar Galactica. It's a lot like this in some ways. Anyway, so it sounds like a compelling story, survival of humanity, cool technology, like mysterious, dangerous aliens, but it's not paced well. The characters are hard to connect with. The development feels a little forced. The captain, I want to like him. I mean, like, not like him, but I also want, like, there's supposed to be some development there. He goes through something personally very, very difficult, but it just ultimately, like, I was either on my phone for most of it, or I really wanted to be on my phone, or I was on my computer or something. Um, so I don't know. You can check it out. I want to get the anime. That's what I was trying to do. Something you may not know about that is really cool, and you should definitely know about is Cyberpunk Edge Runners Madness. So I'm gonna put this up. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And there's gonna be a season 2 soon. So this is a manga series, and it's a prequel to Edge Runners. I don't think you need to read this first before watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I don't think that makes sense. But if you watch the first season and then you read this, um, you get to see more about Rebecca and Pilar. And Rebecca is such a cool character. She's great. And there's a little dog. I don't know if they show it. Yeah, there's a little dog, like, yeah, you can't see it. It's so saturated. Right there in the middle, right there. Um, that she wants to help, but they're like, they're not doing well financially. They're struggling to survive. But it's hilarious. Pilar is spending money on stuff he should not be spending money on. He's like, I'm a guy. I got needs. Uh, but Rebecca is great. So I think it's a good choice for the manga to follow Rebecca. I don't know how many there are going to be. I think the second volume should be out soon. If it's not out, let's see. Volume 2 release date. Oh, okay. Official release date not announced yet. So it ends as if there definitely will be another one. But I'm pretty sure there will be. The thing I do like about Cyberpunk 2077 and all of the media that's surrounding it is they are doing, CD Projekt Red and everyone working on these projects are doing such a good job at being consistent with the world. So there are locations shown in here that are in the game. So you can go to them and then you can, like, the angles look familiar. In the anime, it's the same way. There are shots of the anime that you can go into the game and, like, look at the similar, like, vantage, and things are laid out the same way. So I think that's really cool. I don't know how they'll tie it in with other media or if there are already references. Maybe Edge Runner Season 2 will connect with some of the characters here. I don't know. But look for it. If you like Cyberpunk 2077, you'll like that. What else do I have here? Let's maybe change something else. Change it up. Not anime in this case, or manga. The Strain. If you've ever seen The Strain, this is season 1. I just finished season 1 recently. It's about vampires, and basically vampires trying to take over the world and spreading like an infection. So this worm is how they spread. You find that out relatively early on. But I like how it starts out. It's very compelling. This plane lands and it just went dark. And then it appears that everyone is dead on the plane. And it appears that is I think key there. I like, this is by Guillermo del Toro, right? I always feel like I don't say his name right. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro is the writer. And anyway, there are other producers. But there are a lot of side stories happening. There's actually, like, some turf wars and some conflicts happening within this world. So it's not just surviving the vampires, although that's, like, a huge part of it. But there are these different contours of, like, other things happening that you see for a little bit, and then you don't find anything out about it, and you're like, what the heck is happening? I want to know more about this vampire that's killing other vampires. What is this? Why are some vampires smarter than others? And it'll, like, leave something for a few episodes, and then come back to it. So you have these open threads, and it's just kind of like something will be picked up, and you don't know how things are necessarily all fitting together, but they all seem to eventually. They also had this really cool vampire hunter. Um, he's an old dude, but he's a badass because he survived the Holocaust, and he just says it like it is, and he's got a cane that's like that's a sword, and yeah, that's cool. So the strain, I like that. I'm gonna watch more of that. Back to anime, Blackjack. Highly recommend checking out Blackjack at some point. If you like House MD, as in like the TV show. Oh yeah, look at this disc. That's a scene from the movie. Uh, so if you like House MD, I think you'll like this movie and maybe other Blackjack as well. I think there are a few different movies, although I'm not totally sure. I know there's a series with Blackjack. I haven't seen that one. There's like Young Blackjack, something like that. But I really like this because it's all these superhumans are like dominating sports in their different areas, and then people start dying, and it's like, why are people dying? How do they become superhuman? Uh, like unbelievable, impossible feats of strength and agility and everything. Uh, and then you find out someone is messing with things that they shouldn't be. And so Dr. Blackjack has to come in, and he's like not licensed to practice medicine. So he always gets paid under the table by different hospitals to do complicated surgeries that other people can't do. So of course he has to solve this mystery of what's going on. So it's kind of like not really based in science, but kind of based in science. It's like medically sort of plausible what they're talking about, which is why it kind of connects with House MD, right? In my mind. Um, so it's fun. It's older. I think it's from like 98 or something like it. It's from the 90s as I recall, but well animated. It looks great. While we're talking about well animated, man, watch Akira. This is like looks unbelievable. Um, what year was Akira made? Akira movie. 1988. Okay, 1988. But the animation is unbelievable. Like, there's this era in Japan, the 80s, you know, like, there's this bubble, and there's so much money floating around, and my understanding is studios would make these movies and put them on the shelves, and, you know, people would pay a lot of money for them. So, like, VHS back then, uh, but they'd pay a lot of money for a high quality anime movie. And Akira was in that era, and it's just looks fantastic. I don't know what else to say. It's a cool story. Like, it's like this. Is that body horror? I don't know. It's like growing. He basically the whole movie is Tetsuo and Kaneda just shouting Tetsuo Kaneda, and that's the whole movie basically. Uh, but anyway, this is this is Tetsuo blowing up here. He becomes this giant creature, and then this is Kaneda. Well, this is Kaneda. Um, you know, trying to stop him. Basically, they're friends. They have a story, and you get flashbacks and all these things. So it is sad ultimately. Um, although it kind of works out in the end, kind of, sort of. The ending is really mysterious, and I think it's a good way to end it. Uh, but yeah, you could see him like morphing here. But it's a cyberpunky like future, like near future kind of thing where the world is like overbuilt. It's a mess. Humanity's a mess. Society's a mess. And it's just a cool world to see, and it's nice to watch because the animation is so good. I feel like just the detail that's there, it feels like something that could have been done, you know, today, and really well done today, especially with the Blu-ray. Like, so it's high resolution, so all the borders are like crisp. You don't get fuzziness that you might with like lower resolution video. Um, so yeah, check out Akira. I'd seen it before, but rewatching it every once in a while is nice. Last one is Metropolis and Osamu Tezuka's Metropolis. How do I explain this? So Metropolis 2001. It's about this like mega mega Tokyo type of city. Um Okay, here we go. Future society where humans and robots coexist amidst the chaos created by anti-robot factions. Detective Shunsaku Ban and his sidekick Kenichi are searching for a rebel scientist, Dr. Lawton, to arrest him and seize his latest creation, a beautiful young girl named Tima. When they locate him, Shunsaku soon realizes that the eccentric scientist is protected by a powerful man and his fierce desire to reclaim a tragic figure from his past and therefore is beyond their reach. Well, this says 2002. Um, it's good. I had a good time watching it. The animation quality is also good for its time, 2001, 2002. It also looks nice. Oh yeah, this case is just really cool looking. It like folds out. This mini see this mini disc here? It has some special features. But yeah, I just thought this was nice. Nice way to package everything. It's cool. This is the bad dude, basically. Although he himself is a victim, essentially, but he's a bad dude. This is Tima here. You'll find out what she is. I think it's okay to watch. But the weird thing about this is it's loosely based. Hold on. Okay, 2001 Japanese animated diesel punk drama film loosely based on Osamu Tezuka's 1949 manga of the same name. Now, the Metropolis manga, as I understand, is also loosely based on the Metropolis movie of... I'm trying to look at this. Friedrich von 1949. So what's the the anime that I'm showing here is loosely based on this, which is loosely based on the another Metropolis. So a separate movie of like the 1920s. So it's like this game of like telephone and reimagination. So my understanding is I know nothing about the other Metropolis cities, creations, works of art, by watching this. I have to go watch those. And I thought I was getting like the older one when I booked this one. So yeah, that's on me. But again, it's kind of a story of like people lusting after power, and eventually they build this kind of like Tower of Babel type thing, or they try to Icarus fly too high and then like get destroyed. It's kind of like one of those stories, and it's a little bit on the nose, because there's the ziggurat and it keeps growing taller and taller, and it tries to get ultimate power. But it's cool. It's nice to watch visually, and in the end, things mostly work out okay, and life goes on, and the bad people get their comeuppance, get their due. So also good. All right, so that was in about 50 minutes, 45 minutes. I went through all the stuff that I've been watching lately, and looking forward to finishing some of it, continuing some of it. So if anyone sees this, please let me know if any of this looks interesting to you. If you had strong opinions on any of these. The other thing that I'm into recently. Where did I put it? Oh, it's my current hyper focus is strategy guides. This is totally unrelated. Strategy guides, but continuing the topic of like physical media. I started playing Kingdom Hearts 1 again. I don't know why. Just I think I like saw something that made me think Kingdom Hearts, and then now I have to do that. I cannot resist. Uh, but I was playing it and I was like looking for a walkthrough online and kind of getting annoyed by the ads and like just the fact that I had to pick up my phone or computer to like look something up and then have other notifications of stuff or the temptation to open some other app or something. But if you have a strategy guide, you can just lay that out. You're playing your game. Maybe you got your milk and cereal there, and you can just look up what world you're on. This is Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm still waiting on the first one. I think that arrives tomorrow. But like, yeah, you can just open it up and like, oh, here's the Mulan world, and you can read about the characters. It just looks really nice. And let me see. You got your maps, and let's see, strategy for a boss. That's got to be here somewhere. Oh, they give you like, yeah, objectives here, and they give you the first sign that something is wrong to cure the beast. So they give you instructions on what to do. I mean, it's a walkthrough. It's probably not the most optimized walkthrough. I'm sure there's better stuff online, but I don't know. I feel like it's nice to come back to some of this older stuff. Brady Games is not, as far as I know, making strategy guides anymore. So these are also becoming somewhat collectible, especially these older games. I don't know. I feel like I'd like if strategy guides continued in physical form for games that are mostly single player, especially RPGs, and games that are not going to change a lot over time. So Cyberpunk 2077, there is a strategy guide, a physical one, but that game has changed so much that guide is not very helpful, other than the overall contours of the game. Because I did borrow that one from the library and tried to use it. But for something like Kingdom Hearts, or let's say Final Fantasy 16, I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, but I have to imagine like that game is not getting patched over too much, right? Like it's probably close to what it was at release. So shouldn't we like have strategy guides printed for those? I feel like it'd be a nice thing to keep going. Anyway, I guess that's my rant about physical media and things that you can watch and enjoy without streaming, without using, or you have to use a computer to watch anime or like some device, but without being connected to the internet. Let's put it that way. Sometimes it's good to tune out. So yeah, let me know what you think. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out, and I hope to see you another time. Take care.